Hello everybody! Why am I wearing a glove? Because I could not find a second one. And why am I wearing a glove? Is because I did something I will never do again. I made couple of my books with matte cover, and the moment they arrived, cover was dirty and had glue on it. And this is not direct fault of Amazon. This is just how matte covers are. They are dust and dirt magnets. And I really don't understand people that prefer matte when the only thing you can do with matte cover book is look at it from 3 feet distance. If this is your first video on my channel, welcome. My name is Marina, and in my channel I'm showing my wins and fails when it comes to online income. I'm trying to be completely transparent and show you what I did and did it work. One part of my online businesses is publishing books with KDP Amazon, and I wanted to test all the possibilities Amazon can offer. I made books in every trim size, every paper type, every ink type, every cover type Amazon can offer. And also I added additional tests like what happens if you upload PDF cover and interior as unflattened PDF, or what happens if you flattened that same cover and interior. What happens if your cover is JPEG or PNG before converting to PDF? What happens with interior images if they are in 100, 200, 300, 600 or 1200 ppi resolution? So now we are talking about a resolution of the images inside the book interior. And a lot of other tests. Now some of these books are made just for the purpose of the test. So the covers are random and I will change them up later after the test. And some books are real books made with plans of making a sale. My pen name for these books is public, and you can see all my books under my pen name, and that is Mazu Aucai del Mar. So Mazu Aucai del Mar. All my pen names have meaning, and that is how I decide on the name. Mazu stands for Chinese goddess of the sea. Aucai is Hawaiian for explorer of the sea, and Del Mare is French for of the sea. As you can see, all is related to the sea because I was an instructor at Maritime Training Center for the past 16 years, and I also have master's degree in nautical science, so I am a mariner. Now to the books. I made 19 different books, 17 normal books and 2 weird ones. So 2 books that nobody before me ever made. I'm going to show you, and if you tell me that the books like that already exist, please, I would like to see a link, but at the moment I checked, I believe nobody made the 2 books I made. I'm the first one on Amazon. So those 2 weird ones and 17 normal ones. Not all books arrived, and I also have to take micro shots with the camera so you can see better the errors I'm referring to. If I use camera and zoom in and out, it's not going to look good. So I want to have photo so you can actually see comparison between one way of doing things and the another way of doing things. The purpose of this video is to act as a teaser for that next video, and for me to show you the books and for you to tell me what kind of info about each of the books you would like me to share in the follow-up video. I was also wondering how I'm going to illustrate you the size of the book, because if I just take the book and if I tell you this is 10 centimeters, this is 12, or this is 1 inch, this is 6 inches, it's not going to mean anything to you. So I was thinking to use currency. So what I did actually, I went to the local exchange store, and I actually bought £5. I bought 1 United States dollar and 5 euros. So I'm going to use them to show you the dimensions of the book, and I believe this is going to be a good comparison. If you want me to use something else for a comparison of the actual size, write down below in the comments what you want me to use. Once again, this is not the actual video. That is going to come later on once I have everything ready, once I have all the photos. I'm just going to now briefly show you all the books so you can see what you can expect in that real video. So this is the first one. This is 5.06, 7.81, and this one, of course, the cover is a random cover. This is going to be one of the books I'm going to change, and the interior is cream paper. So cream paper, and I put inside coloring pages. So all of this is for coloring, meant to be colored. I'm going to use coloring pencils inside, marker inside. If you want me to try something else inside so I can see the bleed through and how it's going to look like, write down in the comments, and I'm going to use that as well. So that is going to be part of the test. The cover is matte and it's already damaged. It already has dirt on it. This cannot be cleaned, and it has glue also. This cannot be removed. So that's this book here. And also, it's not very practical, as you can see. Even if I apply force, maybe it's not sticking. So this dimension is not good for writing or for anything. The next one is the same one, just different dimension. So this one is 5 times 8. So 5 times 8. And this one is actually gloss. So the similar cover, same colors here, so I can compare them. But this one has a glossy cover, and interior is the same PDF file as this one, but this one is printed on white paper. So this is white paper, and let me just go here and go here as well. Okay, so this one is white and this one is cream paper, and I don't know, can you see on the camera, but I will take photos and you will clearly see on the photos that this paper is less transparent than this one. I can clearly see through this page what's on the back. I can see this through here. I can clearly see that here. This, I can still see it, but it's not in the same level of transparency on this one. So that means the cream paper is maybe thinner than the white paper. So those are these two books. Let's go to the next one. Now the reason I'm showing you the back of this book is because this book has a cover that is not flattened. So let's see what happens if you do not flatten your cover or your interior. This is what happens. Now here when I edit this video, I'm going to add how the book looks like on my computer. So that's this image. Now I'm going to show you how the book looks like on the Amazon.com website. This is how it looks like when you click on the image. And this is how it looks like if you open the look inside. Now, do you see the error? The letter B is not printed the way it's supposed to be printed. Now, sometimes people will tell you that they never flattened and they never had a mistake. Look what would happen if, just by coincidence, I had a title that did not have letter B. I would not have an error if my title didn't have letter B. So that is the purpose of flattening, because you have no idea what letter. So it's not going to be that the printer is going to have problem with entire font. It can just be one letter, one specific letter. So in this case, in case of this font, the printer was not able to reproduce the letter B. So if my title was just templates, I would not see any error. And even if I do not flatten the cover, I would not have any differences between the print and PDF file. But because there is a letter B and the printer has problem with letter B and I did not flatten this cover, the cover doesn't look like the way I send it to the printer. So this is one of the reasons why you always need to flatten your cover and interior, in order to make sure that your font is looking the same way as it looks on your screen. what is inside of this book, as the title says, color blobs and bunch of templates. So what I did here is, this is just like a notebook for me, and inside every page is different. So I have anxiety journal, be kind to yourself journal, archery score sheet, audition log, sign-in sheet, chores, company details, copyright, fire alarm, inspection log. So all of these are templates that are created from Megapack by Luke Baus Publishing. So it's a PowerPoint add-in. So all of this is included. So you have all these templates and everything is editable. So for example, I have a retirement guest book template and I can change everything. I can change font, I can change color, I can change shape in this template. Now I'm not doing low content books, I'm not doing log books, so this is not important for me, but because I have a mega PowerPoint add-in, I just wanted to test it out. I want to see what's going to give. So basically I have here, if I don't want to start my computer and I want to check what's available or maybe give me some idea, I can go here into this book and I can see all the templates of the standard low content books that are available, that are circulating around. So gratitude journal and you see gratitude journal, the two versions of gratitude journal, to-do list and stuff like that is here. Swim training logbook, stool log, what's that? Oh okay, let's forget we saw that. Sleep journal. Okay, and that's this book here. Now same as this one, if I open it, it's not sticking, so this is not the good dimension for writing as well. And as you can see, all the covers are going up. That's also another test I did. So it doesn't matter if the book is matte or glossy. If you leave it like this and you have a slight humidity in the area, the cover is going to curl up. So you need to also think about that. You cannot change this, you cannot influence this, you cannot tell to the buyer, please ventilate your area and reduce the humidity. You cannot ask your buyer to like buy a book and then he needs to keep it in a highly ventilated area. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because, you see, if you get a negative review because the cover is curling up, just ignore it and move on with your life. There is nothing you can do about this. It's just going to happen. The next book is 5.5 times 8.5 inches, and this is a mixed puzzle book. So this is a book I created using the puzzle generator inside PowerPoint. So these are my settings. So I know for the future that these are my settings, and these settings resulted in these puzzles. So I have puzzles, explanation how to solve the puzzle, and solutions. And then after I created puzzles, I just added this couple of balloons because I don't like to have a lot of white space. So this is just a space for doodles and coloring. And then solution at the back. So this is a puzzle book and Sudoku on the back. And once again, I have colors here. So I have same hex codes here, so I can match them up and see the differences in the brightness of the colors. So this is a RGB cover with colors, and this is CMYK cover with colors. So I have a same shade here and same shade here. So I'm going to take a micro photo of these two to compare them how they look like. That is this book. So let's go to the next one. The next one is 6 times 14 by 6.14, 9.21, and this one is once again matte cover, and I don't like it. We already know that. Now this part here, this segment here is the photo in RGB mode, and this part here is a photo in CMYK mode. I need to take picture of this, zoom in so you can see the difference, but just me now looking at it, this part here is much darker and it loses its brightness. So when you send something to printer, it's supposed to be CMYK, but what Amazon is doing, it's accepting RGB as well. And if you send RGB, you're going to get much brighter colors. It's not going to be the same as you have them on screen, but it's going to be brighter than if you do it in CMYK. And this is a puzzle book, and I believe because I make duplicates, so it's different puzzle, but it's created with puzzle generator, yes. And this is white and this is cream paper. So I wanted to see what's going to happen with interior if it's printed on white and it's printed on cream. And this is it. So that's this one. This one is maybe something that you can actually buy. So it's not a dummy book. It has mazes at the end. It has puzzles to solve. It has coloring circles. So this would be a book that I'm not going to make any drastic changes to it. Besides, I'm going to, of course, remove this because for a buyer, this will make no sense. But for me, it makes sense. So I'm going to change the cover and remove these two notes that this is RGB and this is CMYK. But this is the book that's going to stick on my author page to be bought if somebody wants it. So that's this one. These ones, I'm going to change them up. Okay, next one. Now this one is a standard 6x9 book, and I made it into book publishing planner. And this is my quote, trademark quote: "There is no passive income without active effort." And my logo, Marina Art Design, is here. And this is for KDP. It says My Passive Income Planner. So it starts with the calendar for every year until 2100, so 2022 up to 2100. So all the calendars are here for the next 80 years. And then you have Amazon rules, KDP rules, and then you have the basic data that you need to collect, and you should keep this in your notebook. So your legal name, your email account for KDP, your tax and return info, so what's the tax situation in your country, your pen names, your email accounts for Author Central, do you have profile photo, description and branding for the Author Central, and here you can write what kind of books are you going to make. And then on this side, you have the information that you can also collect from Amazon site. That is inside margins, outside margins, depending on your page count. And here you have a trim size for the page without bleed, with bleed, and minimum page count. So if I want to make 7x10 book, it has to be minimum 24 pages. 8.5, minimum 72 pages if I want to print it in standard color ink and white paper. And I have formula on the bottom how the prices are calculated for royalties as well. And then after this, I have calendar, so January till December, and the important dates and events that are happening around the world in this month. So you can prepare for that event. For example, in 27th of January, you have Chocolate Cake Day. So what you would do is 30 days before this, you could publish some book regarding this subject. So that is 12 months with important dates of those 12 months. And then after that, you have KDP book checklist sample. So the things that you need to have ready, completed and decided before you actually upload your book. And then the next segment is for book ideas and sketches. So you can sketch out or maybe make some doodles of your ideas here in this window. And after all of this, you have dot grid paper, so you can see how the dot grid paper looks like. You can also see how black page looks like, and you can see the print error here. So this black page was printed with an error. So this is something that can happen if you are printing full black page, and you will see that yes, so the next one is clean, next one doesn't have any errors like the one before. This page is black when the other side is meant for coloring. So here you can see the transparency of this segment when you have black and when you don't have black. That's the purpose of this window here. So let me just find something. So see, so if we have, when you have coloring book, if you make the back of the book black, so back of the page black, you're going to reduce the transparency, so it's not going to be visible what's on the opposite page to this, comparing to having a white back page. And I believe that's it for this book, nothing more here. And this one is also a book that is finished, that is ready. Everything here is made to be sold. So that one goes here. I'm not going to make any changes. I believe this one is good the way it is. Unless you have any suggestions, unless you have something to add. Now this one, it says coloring circles and shapes on dark background. This is 7 by 10 inches, so it's bigger by 1 inch in all directions. And this one is just, as you can see, coloring shapes on almost black paper. This is the only black that Amazon can print. So this shade, it's not true black. This is the true black, and you can clearly see the difference between these two. And this is a coloring book with shapes. I'm going to color this and then show you how it looks like, and I'm going to use different media to color all these circles. So this is something I wanted to create, a coloring book with all kinds of funny stuff inside. I really want to see how this is going to look like colored. And that's it for this book. Let's see how it opens up. So it stays. So it's good. So it's, of course, you need to apply some pressure, but it stays like that. So if I look at the comparison of the book that actually stays open and not, if the book is wider than it's tall, it's going to open more nicely than this one. So everything that is narrower and taller, it's not going to open as nicely as if you have different ratio in dimensions. And once again, this is a cream interior. So this is a cream interior, and this is also finished. And now the question is, do you want me to fix this in the book cover? How much is this bothering you? This one circle that I moved to the right. So that is the only thing that is wrong with this book. Do you want me to change this one and this one? I deliberately moved them to see what people are going to say. And that's it. And it's, of course, gloss cover. And this is also a book that is prepared to be sold. It's not going to be changed, minus some minor changes I'm going to do to the cover and maybe something inside the interior, but this is actual book that is going to be sold. Next one. And I believe this one is also the same as this one. This is a book publishing planner, just bigger. So it's a bigger. And this one has all the color charts with RGB values and hex codes. So I can compare them in print. So what I'm going to use, which one I'm going to use, which yellow looks the best, which purple looks the best, which blue and green looks the best inside. And yes, this is my passive income planner, so it's the same as this one, just bigger. Same interior inside on cream paper, I believe. That's the difference. This one doesn't have flowers, so this one has flowers on the edge. I added flowers because the book is bigger. I added flowers, but it's the same book. So it's a book publishing planner. You have all the data that you need on one place for KDP. Okay, that's that one. And I'm not going to change cover of this one. And also notice that there is no title here on the cover. According to KDP rules, you need to have title either on your cover or on your spine. This one has a title on the spine, and it says here KDP Book Planner. That's the title of this book. Next book, let me move this one aside. Next book is, and I'm afraid to touch this because it's really getting dirtier the more I look at it. It's 6 by 69, 9.69 lined notebook. So this is a lined notebook, but not just any ordinary lined notebook. Now this book is a tutorial for PowerPoint add-in Mega from the Look Bows, and it's testing the line separation, color, and thickness. So what I did here is I took a screenshot of the settings that I used to generate this page. So this page is 0.5 thickness and spacing is 7.1. So 7.1, that's in points, in millimeters. So this is 0.5 millimeters thickness and 7.1 millimeter of the spacing in between. And all the pages until the next screenshot are with that separation of the line and that thickness. And now we have line thickness 1 millimeter, line spacing is the same, 7.1. So this is the difference between 0.5 millimeter line and 1 millimeter line. Now I think they are both looking good. There is no, maybe this one looks like fancier, more elegant than this one. And let's go to the next page. Okay, this is already too thick. So this starts here. This is 1.5. So 1.5 line thickness, it's already too big. I believe this is too big for a line separation and line thickness. And then the next one, and this is 2 millimeters thickness. And this is line spacing 6.4. So that means this is narrower. So if I go back to this one to compare it, yes, this one is smaller. So if the person has narrower font or writing, it can use this one. But these lines are too close to one another. I don't think anyone will be able to use this one. So maybe go with another separation. And that's it. That's this book. I'm going to take picture of all of this page by page with the different line thickness to show you, and also the dot grid paper creator with the instructions and how it looks like. Let's see this one. Okay, so this is the dot grid paper with the dot spacing in inches 0.1 and dots diameter is 5 in inches. So this is how it looks like. And at the back, I believe I just added the info. This is just for me, A+ content, the dimensions of the images for the A+ content. And this is a test of Creative Fabrica interiors. So what I did is I took the images from Creative Fabrica and I put them inside the book to see how will they turn out. So these ones are good. This one is not good. The dinosaur is good, but the leaves are pixelated. So that means whoever made this page, he used different kind of images to mash them up together, because dinosaur has a clear lines while the leaves are pixelated. This dinosaur is almost good. It's slightly pixelated, but it can pass. This one is also looking good. This is a grayscale coloring. This one is not looking good. This is traced. This is obviously somebody who find an image online and then traced it over it, because you have a line that is from the gradient that's not supposed to be here. So this is not good. An egg. And that's it. That is this book. It's called Line Notebook, and what you have inside, you have all kinds of lines and dots, and you have an indication what is the thickness of the line and what is the separation of the line. So I made this book so I can decide what is the best for the notebook. If I'm going to make a notebook, I'm not making any low content books, but if I ever decide to make low content book, I will have this as a guide, what is the best line separation. And if I want to make composition notebooks that I need to have this line here, I also have indicator where the line is supposed to be. So this is 1 inch and this is 1.5 inches. So for the mirror pages. So this one also goes here because I'm not going to make any changes on this book as well. The cover is good. I cannot change it to glossy. That's the only problem. It's going to stay matte, but everything else is looking the way I want it to be. So this one goes on this part as well. Next book is a square. So I believe this is 8.5 by 8.5. And this one is isometric mazes without solutions. I don't usually provide solutions in my puzzle books because I don't want to. And let's see the front page. And the front page says you solve. And that's it. I think that's all the info that you need. And then you have mazes inside, all kinds of mazes. Every page has a different maze, so there is no two mazes that are the same in this book. So every maze is completely different. I'm not talking about of course the distribution of the lines. I'm talking about the style. So the style of each maze is different, and each of these mazes, like 100 to even 10,000, you can get in my Creative Fabrica store. So you can go there, you take the bundle with 10,000 mazes, and then you pick 10, 20, 100 mazes. And by doing this, I believe that there is no way somebody is going to make a duplicate book the way that you're going to make. That's the reason why I provide a lot of mazes in my bundles. So if multiple people download my bundle, there is no way they're going to make identical books. There is no way that everybody is going to pick the same mazes from the bundle for their books. So you have them on my Creative Fabrica store. Oh, so just mazes, no solutions, all the way up to the end. There are no shortcuts in life, and there are no solutions for these mazes in this book. And that's it. That's the end of the book. And that's it. I love the book. I love the cover. I don't think it needs any changes. Once again, if you think this book needs any changes, let me know down in the comments below. So 8.5 by 8.5 isometric mazes book, and it's opening nicely. It's perfect, I believe, as a children's book dimension. This is a perfect size. The next one is very good as well because it's wider than it's tall. So it's 7.5 times 9.25, and I actually never made any book in this dimension before, but now that I'm seeing it, I'm loving this dimension, and I think I'm going to continue making the books in this dimension, especially if I go into the low content journals and planners, because it's going to open. Yeah, this is, I don't even have to apply, you know, for these books I had to like press it in order to use it. This one opens quite nicely. I just need to make sure that I'm using mirror margins, so this one here stays farther away, line stays farther away from the binding area of the book. And this one is like, as you can see, so it has a couple of empty pages for sketches, it has a window for sketches and notes. So it's just, as the title says, just lines with flowers, decorative flowers on the edge. So that is this book. If you like it, it's matte. It's matte cover. So just lines, matte cover. I'm not going to change anything in this book. Here I have a grayscale from white to almost black, so I can pick the color for my grayscale coloring book. That's why I added this page here. And I'm not going to make any changes to this book. I don't think it needs any changes. The cover is good. The only thing I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to remove these two notes. This was just for me. And what I did here is this is centered from here to here. And this is centered from the left inner margin and right outside margin. So that's the difference between these two. And I don't know, can you see it? Do I have a ruler here? So the ruler, yes, this is the difference. So exactly that small tiny separation of the margin. So this is centered mathematically, and this is centered visually. So let's see which one is actually better. This one. So this one that is centered visually is better than this one that is centered mathematically. So this one is mathematical center and this is visual center. So I'm going to delete. Now I know this. Now I know where the text is supposed to be. I'm going to change the cover. The purpose of the book was to test it, and now I have it. I have the answer. So the centration of the text needs to be between left margin or right margin and the outside margin on the other side. So not both are the same. So I don't know, do you understand? I'm going in, when I edit this video, I'm going to add what I mean. I'm going to make a photo to explain what I mean. But the visual centration is much better. And I love this one. This is a perfect format and size for children. It's a coloring book for all ages, and the title of the book is What Are These Monkeys Saying? What are these monkeys saying? And this is the cover. I actually saw this dimension and I was like thinking for 5 minutes, what am I going to do with this dimension? What is this book going to be? And then I decided monkeys, and then once I had the monkeys in my head, the book was finished in maybe 30 minutes. So this is my cute monkey coloring book. What I have here is I have a monkey on a landscape environment, and I have a speech bubble, and the point is that the person who is coloring or using the book needs to write down here and color, of course, if they want, what they think this monkey is saying. And it says, begin believing in your great future. So that's the start of the book. And then I have this illusion, and it looks really amazing in the book. And then I have all kinds of different monkeys, and also the back page is also having some doodles to color, so they can color it as well. So monkey pages. And because this is an actual book, same as this one, I'm going to make a special video and upload it to this channel, and that video is going to be used for the Author Central page. So I'm going to do the promotional video for this book as well, because I like the way it turned out. So it has a couple of doodles at the end. And that's it. Monkeys, monkeys, monkeys. And dimension is, I believe, perfect. This is perfect dimension for children's coloring book. It opens up nicely, and there's a room to color it, and it doesn't take so much space, and it's overall, this one is great. And now we go hardcover book, and this is the dimension 8.25 times 11. So instead of 8.5 for hardcover, they go 8.25. So this dimension is not available in the paperback, standard paperback, because it's 8.25. And the cover is, there is no passive income without active effort. That is my saying. And if I flip it, I have Mariner Artist Designer. So that's my MAD, Marina Art Design Studio logo, and explanation because I am a mariner, artist and designer. So this was a problem to get this printed like this, because they said that the text can only be like this or by 90 degrees. It cannot be 180, but after I explained to the agent that I'm doing this for the purpose of the test, they actually allow it. So I have book in this direction and I can also use it in the opposite direction. And let's see how it looks like on the inside. So the inside is lines, and also note that unlike all the other books, this one has one more thick paper after this one. And then you have your interior. And interior for this book is just lines with small decoration on top. So that is how I made the hardcover book. So it's a notebook with lines, and you can use it in both directions. So you can have one subject here and another subject here. The only thing that is bothering is this one here, and it's an ISBN number on the stationery book, and that's not supposed to be allowed, and it's not going to be allowed anymore after 15 or 17 of May. The low content books such as this one, they're not going to have ISBN anymore. Okay, and this book is missing its companion. So this book, every book has a companion, so white and cream, and this book is standard color and it's missing its companion premium color. So I have to wait for that book to arrive to show you the difference between the standard color and premium color. But until that book arrives, what I can show you is something interesting. So this page here was not flattened. So I had a photo and I typed the text and I published it directly into PDF and into KDP. And as you can see here, the part of the letter C is missing, and that is because I did not flatten this page. If I flatten this page, then the C letter would not be missing. So in this font, the C is going to be damaged in print. And in this font, it was letter B. So this is the reason why you have to always flatten, because you don't know what letter from the font is going to be problematic. So that is one of the reasons you need to flatten, to make sure that the font and all the text that you have inside your book is actually going to be printed the way you want it. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is, let me see, where is the page? This one. Now I wanted this to be on the dark background, but I want the dark background to be unique. So this is supposed to be transparent. It is transparent, but I did not flatten it. And because I did not flatten it, what Amazon did is every pixel that was transparent, he turned it into a layer, and because of that layer, I have two different shades between the background color and this one. So this was a PNG on top of the black background. I supposed to have uniform shade around the drawings, but I do not. I have a rectangle and then another rectangle. It doesn't look very nice, and that is because I did not flatten this page. If I flatten this page, it would look the same as this one. So if I did not flatten this cover, I would have this weird rectangle in the cover as well. But I have it here inside. So everything has to be flattened. Interior has to be flattened. Cover needs to be flattened if you want to make sure that what you see on your screen is what is printed. This is a representation of the grayscale image for grayscale coloring, and I believe it looks good. This is a photo from Unsplash, so it's a free public domain photo you can use for grayscale coloring. And I also have, let's see, where is the, yeah, so this was a test, and this is for reverse coloring. I'm also going to enter that niche of reverse coloring. I'm going to draw my watercolor images. I have everything ready. The colors are here, and the brushes are there as well, so I need to make the drawings, and I'm going to make I hope that's the plan, I'm going to make a reverse coloring book. Now this one is for you, for my subscribers and viewers. What you need to do now is pause the video and read the color of the words, not the word. So pause the video. I'm going to give you a second so you can pause the video. And how did you do? So this, when I knew I'm going to make this book in color, I said, okay, I need to do this. This is going to be a test. And this is another test of another font. One of my daughter's friends has dyslexia, and I'm checking also different fonts to see which one is going to be the best for her as well. This photo is from public domain and it's complete rubbish. It's pixelated. So if you want to use public domain photos in your book, make sure that you check the resolution. If the photo looks good on the screen, it doesn't mean it's going to look good in print. So make sure that you check the PPI resolution of the photo, because this is extremely pixelated. And I believe this one, yes, this is a globe, also extremely pixelated. So it's not good. It looks good on screen, it looks good on PDF, but in print, nothing, rubbish. And I like this one. This goes from 0.1 to 6 pixels. And it looks kind of funky. So every line has a different thickness, and as it goes down, it becomes thicker and thicker. And I believe this will look good as a notebook as well. And I have colors here, all kinds of colors, so I can use it as a reference. So for example, if I want to make image with a couple of these as a palette, I can check how they are working together. This and this green, this is supposed to be neon green. I really want to see how this is going to look like in premium color. What else do we have here? No, nothing. That's it. So this book is missing its pandan. So I need to wait so I can compare it with the premium color. This one is standard color. And that's it from the books. I have 2 more books. So these are the standard books. I have 2 more books. They are weird books, unique, made by me, and I'm not going to show them here. I'm going to make actually another separate video just for them, because they are so special, because I made them with the idea that one is going to fail for sure and the other one is going to be a winner for sure. And what happened is completely opposite. It flipped. The one that was supposed to be a winner flopped. I believe it's complete failure. Maybe I can make some modifications, I'm not sure, but the second one that's supposed to be a failure is like absolute winner. I'm thinking about making an entire brand just making that kind of book. So that's going to be in the next video. If you have any questions, if you want me to answer you why am I doing this, I cannot give you a logical reason beside that I want to know things. I want to know the dimensions. I want to have book in front of me. I want to know this is 7.59.25 and this is what I have to work with. I do not like to use a system without knowing what the system can give me. That's it. As usual, I'll see you in the comments until next video. Bye.